worst things you can tell me is that you have a surprise for me. I don't like them. I don't like surprises. Mainly because my expectations for said surprise will be up here, and then the surprise will be down here. Right. I always have my expectations really high for things. Is that because of just who I am as a person? I expect a lot out of people and or things. Maybe. But alas, my expectations are often not met. So I've learned to just keep my expectations low. Not only does this keep me from being dissatisfied, but more importantly, it prevents me from getting hurt by certain people. Yes, this may be an emotional one. Sometimes, if someone that I care for doesn't treat me the way I expect to be treated, sometimes my expectations, I might just let them waver and let the bad things that they do kind of just happen, and I won't reprimand them. Right? There won't be a confrontation. But you know what? We're actually not going to take this in an emotional direction. Fuck that. Today, I celebrated my birthday with my dad. Today is not my birthday, but today was probably the only day I'd have free, so I went ahead and had took the day with my dad. We went to breakfast. We went to the National Video Game Museum down in Frisco. Went to lunch, and then we watched the new Captain America movie. A very stacked set list for today. Now, let me tell you, we're gonna use this explanation or this expectation thing a lot here. My expectations on breakfast, very mediocre. Didn't really know the spot. I ordered the Belgian waffles. It was called a very berry bliss. It gets plated, it's sent to me, and oh my god, I should have taken a picture. It was so beautiful and it was so delicious. Moving on from breakfast, we get to the museum. Now, from what I had seen from the promo video of the National Video Game Museum on YouTube, I thought it was gonna be kind of lame. But my dad wanted to go, and honestly, I'm kind of a nerd. So I knew I was going to have some enjoyment out of it. We get there. The guy at the front desk, he was a bit of a douche. Imagine someone who would work at a national video game museum, and that's the guy at the front. Um, but we get in, and my dad, he's having a gay old time. He's showing me all the consoles he grew up with, and then we're playing some of them. We're doing Pitfall. We played some of Pitfall in the Atari 2600. We played a lot of Pac-Man. We played Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Baby Pac-Man, Pac-Man Jr. Baby Pac-Man was actually kind of fun because it's like half Pac-Man, half pinball, if you could believe that. It's very exciting. He was showing me how he was kicking ass on Galaga. I mean, he was just I'm not gonna. He was just smacking the fuck out of the fire button, moving his little spaceship. It was an amazing performance. I'll give him that. But my expectations going into the place were a little low, and then they were exceeded because it was pretty fun. All things considered, it was actually a really nice exhibit, and I recommend if you are in Texas, I recommend you go check it out. It's very nice. We get to lunch. We went to the Stonebriar Mall, went to the food court, and he was showing me this taco spot in the food court. It was like $16 for six fucking tacos. Six street tacos for $16. I damn near killed the guy at the front desk. I damn near put my hand over, reached over, and just squeezed his neck. But the tacos were good. Now we get to this movie, Captain America Brave New World. I was excited to see it. I kept seeing reviews of people saying the movie wasn't that good, the pacing was off, the character development was off, how poorly everything was set up. But to me, when I go to see a superhero movie, I just I want to have fun. You know what? I want to go in there and be intrigued by the superheroes. And goddamn it, let a guy have fun. Let a guy go to the theater and watch Falcon get his shit rocked by a missile, and then Captain America has to go fight Red Hulk. You know what I mean? That's fun to me. That's fun to me. Now, going into this movie, my expectations were about mid level. I had seen a bunch of people say the movie was bad, but I had hope. I had hope that this movie was gonna at least bring me some fun, and it did. You know what? It did. I had a great time watching it, mainly because I didn't take it too seriously. Although I will say, yes, I do agree that there were pacing issues, and definitely in the first act there were so many pacing issues, and some of the characters felt really rushed. Oh, I know one of the new characters introduced in this movie. Um, she was kind of just shoehorned in for some reason. You kind of, I mean, you don't even know her name. Her name isn't really mentioned until like her fifth scene or something. And then you don't even know you learn her superhero name at all in the movie. But my expectations, they were met. You know what? I went in for a good time. I had a good time, and I think a lot of people, when they have these expectations for things, they kind of they always set them to a standard, and then when something doesn't meet that standard, they don't move their expectations. They don't move this standard line. They don't adjust it. They don't adapt to it. They keep it there. I'm gonna keep using this movie example. If I'm going to a superhero movie, like let's say when I went to go see Spider-Man No Way Home, like 2021, my expectations for that movie were high, obviously, because it was the movie with all three Spider-Men. I knew it was gonna happen. I was so excited for it. My expectations were here, and I was met up here. You know, the movie was awesome. I cried. I felt every emotion. I had a nerdgasm. It was amazing, right? If I go see a movie like Interstellar, my expectations would be all the way up here, right? Because it's a different type of movie. It's a different type of enjoyment. I'm not going there to go see Spider-Man kick the shit out of Green Goblin. I'm going there for an immersive story that I can get lost in and see these characters go through such insane development. You know what I mean? It's totally different. It's like totally it's such a different thing. Even though to me Spider-Man No Way Home is probably my favorite movie ever, but that's just because I'm a nerd and I love Spider-Man. But my point is when you have expectations for things and they don't meet your expectations, it doesn't mean like it's bad. I think a lot of people were looking at this Brave New World movie and they were expecting it to be like this fucking grandiose like story. When at the end of the day, it's fucking Sam Wilson's first outing as Captain America. Like, and he's fighting Red Hulk. Like, what do you want out of the guy? You know what I mean? What do you want? And honestly, his character development in this movie was insane. About how he still thought he wasn't worthy of the shield, and how he had to really like take a step back and understand what it meant to him and what it meant to America and what it meant to the world to take up the mantle, and how he had to take in these times of immense pressure how you have to still rise to the occasion and still uphold your values. I felt that was a really good message, and it was really portrayed through his character very nicely. You know, like the movie's good. You know, the movie is it's a good movie. It meets expectations. It's just people are like here's a nitpick I have, and it ruins the whole movie for me. Like, you're fucking lame as shit. I mean, I think people's expectations on things are way too high, and and for no reason, really, for no fucking reason, especially for superhero movies. Because I mean, let's just keep it straight here. You're going there for a good time. You're not going to a fucking superhero. You're not gonna watch Endgame because you want to see the insane character development of fucking Tony Stark. You want to go see that movie because you want to go see Tony Stark and Captain America and Thor kick the shit out of Thanos. Like, let's be real here. Of course, there's really good storytelling and good character growth in these movies, but that's not really the focal point. All right, like I don't know. I'm gonna move off movies for that one. I'm gonna go back to the museum. Museum was great. I loved every aspect of it. I loved learning. I love video games. I love all the old consoles, having to how the tiny little controllers and how they've evolved through time. And like I remember I sat there and I played Duck Hunt for like 10 minutes on this like little tiny. It's like this the TV was smaller than my laptop I'm recording this on, and I was like just leaned back and I was having a time of my life shooting these fucking ducks because I thought it would be lame as shit. I thought these old games would be so archaic and lame. And yes, they are archaic in the fact that you have like a joystick and a button on the Ataris, right? Like you have two controls, a button and a fucking joystick. And And these games were so innovative and so creative with how you had those controls. You had two things to do, yet there were so many possibilities. There was Pitfall. Pitfall we were playing. It looked so fun. How he was like, how like if you looked at the screen, it looked really fun. And you look at his hands, and he's like it, like the controls looked so lame, but you look at the screen, and it's the best thing ever. He was playing Galaga. My dad was playing Galaga. You look at his hands; he's just spamming the shit out of the fire button and just moving his little ship. And you look at the screen, and it's so insane. It's so insane. My expectations on this museum were exceeded in tenfold. I never realized how cool older video games were and how cool old consoles were. I remember we played, what did we play? We played some we played Pong on this big ass screen. We have this like huge dial to move our paddles with, and it was so fucking fun. It was so fun, just so primitive and archaic like technology was still able to emulate so much fun. There was like these handheld sports, like handheld sports games, like basketball and football and soccer, and they were so fun to just watch your little guy move with such simple controls. It was so fun, and like I didn't think it would be. I thought it would be kind of lame. I just wanted. I thought it would. First, I thought we wouldn't even be able to play them. I thought we'd just have to look at all the shit, and like maybe there was an arcade at the end. But it was really interactive. It was really fun. My expectations were exceeded. Right. It was great. And I don't know. We're gonna wrap this up. And the moral of this one, guys, keep your expectations realistic. You know, keep your expectations in a sense of like I don't know, just keep them normal. Don't hold these grandiose fucking expectations for such simple concepts. And also don't keep them so low. You know, keep your fucking mind open. If anything, don't even have expectations. Just go into something new. Go into a new museum, a new movie, a new game, a new book. Go into something new and envelop yourself and have fun. Have fun with it. Because honestly, I had a lot of fun today. The movie was fun. The arcade was fun. We were playing Baby Pac Man, and it was great. You play as Pac Man for a little bit, and if you go down these little tunnel, you can play pinball. And if you do really well in pinball, you can get little cherries, and you can add more the big pellets you eat, so you can eat the ghosts. It was great. It was great. We played Punch Out. We played Donkey Kong. It was awesome. My dad was showing me all the cool tricks in the original Mario, and I because he plays it where you run slow and you grab each individual coin and you get each individual secret, and I just run through. I just speed run it. And I showed him. He didn't even know what the warp zones were in level 1-2. I had to show him. He's watching me. He's like, "What the hell are you doing? Why are you going up there?" I go, "Look." He watches me run across the ceiling, and I get to the warp. He's like, "I didn't even know that was a thing." I'm like, "This is so cool." You know how cool it was to share a secret with my dad in a game he grew up playing? Expectations exceeded. That's the moral of this one. Just have fun. Don't fucking boggle yourself down with, "Oh, this was so disappointing." Just have fun with it, man. Just go watch Red Hulk punch Captain America into the ground. It's fun. Thank you.